Good morning from St. Louis, or technically Belleville, Illinois, just on the east side of the Mississippi. We were all really tired yesterday, did not make any of these videos, but hope you enjoyed watching the City Museum videos and the walk around Ballpark Village and the St. Louis Arch. We did have a full day yesterday, a long drive. We were just all very tired. So we're headed down to Murfreesboro and then eventually Monteagle, Tennessee for the night, and we will be home tomorrow. So 2 more days of driving, 1 more night on the road, and then we will be pulling into our driveway in Tampa. So we will see you guys later. So after leaving Omaha yesterday, our drive took us southbound on I-29, getting off shortly after reaching the state of Missouri, where we cut over from west to east on US 36, eventually joining I-70 to bring us the rest of the way into St. Louis, where we stopped for the night. And then coming out of St. Louis, we took I-64 east to 57 south, where we eventually picked up Interstate 24, which is a great, convenient diagonal route that took us into Nashville, and then eventually about an hour southeast of that, where we are right now in Monteagle, Tennessee. And here is an overview so you can see what we've done so far since we started in Ellensburg. About 40 hours total of driving, give or take a few hours for, getting off the route a little bit to explore and see some sights. And this is all we have left. Tomorrow is our last day on the road, and we will be in our own beds tomorrow night. So as you can see, just under 9 hours to get home. Hopefully, keep our fingers crossed for Atlanta. Traffic and other places like Ocala seems to be bad sometimes. So hopefully everybody's at their 4th of July barbecue on off the road, and we can blaze on through to Tampa tomorrow. So we'll start out on I-24, take it into Chattanooga, and then jump on 75, and we'll be home tomorrow night. So we took the kids to the City Museum in St. Louis. This was actually one of Vin's suggestions, and he's going to tell you why we went there, and he's going to tell you all about it.
So, first here, we're just kind of waiting to enter. We have the art aquarium over here, my personal favorite, which we actually had a lot of cool stuff. We had this gas looking thing. It was so cool. It looked like some weird fog thing, I believe.
Like a fog machine?
Yeah. And then over here was this creepy fish with all these orbs. I don't know what that fish is. Do you know? It's a salmon. My bad. And now I'm heading inside the Kraken with Abby that we slain, walking out like we're looking nice. We're heading down under the Kraken, where some say the claustrophobic cave is. And, well, it quite is claustrophobic, I will say that. But it is still really fun there. In my opinion, I think they should rename this place to Claustrophobic Museum instead of City Museum.
I would agree.
And now we're sliding down from this top wall thing, right? Pretty fun, actually. I didn't expect it because it looked like that, but it actually was pretty fun. Next over here, we're climbing up these stairs. Don't know why they're stairs, but it's kind of like a dino dig cave thing.
Oh, this is the part where I followed you guys in the cave. You had me crawling through here.
You didn't.
Watch the phone. Watch the phone when I get it. Could not keep it straight.
I mean, if you didn't want to go in, you didn't have to.
I was conquering that challenge.
Yeah. Like I did on that buffalo ride.
That's right.
But we're heading up these stairs, and there's actually some cool stuff up here. We found this serpent, which I was fighting. That serpent ate my phone. That's why there's light in there. Get the phone, get the phone. Now I'm going inside the shell to get into the slide. You will see that now. Here, look. Wee. Ooh. Got a crash there. Now I'm heading into this bearded dragon exhibit with Abby. And, well, as you can see, Abby's not a very good driver. Not that good of a driver, actually. Now we slide down this giant snake that ate us on the other side. I don't know why. And another claustrophobic part to get on the side to see these fishies. Yeah, claustrophobic museum. But here are some nice looking fishies. But I did actually like this place a lot. That's why the art aquarium's my favorite.
What's that?
Oh, those are the bearded dragons. Another slide that
How many slides would you say this place has?
I'd say about like 7.
7? I think I counted 70.
Now me and Abby found a secret entrance to this vault, and we are trying to close it to hide the museum place thing, because this is where the secret museum stuff is. And here we have the pipe, and as you can see, it teleported me to a different area. And, well, this part is the most claustrophobic part. To get to one of the parts, I had to climb through this little triangle thing. Here, we have this, nice place. I kind of forgot what it was. Oh, Beatnik Bob's with the world's largest undies. Please keep your hands off the undies. They're very fragile.
So why did we end up going to City Museum? Why was it someplace you wanted to go?
Well, I actually saw a lot of these videos on YouTube about it, and I was like, hey, that's actually pretty cool. I want to go there someday. And, well, here we are. This
so
thing...
you looked it up where it was, and you saw that it was in St. Louis.
Yeah.
And that's why we went.
Yep. Oh, here we have the pencil slide at the end. Abby did not believe me when I said it was a literal pencil slide for some reason. Well, that is my review for the St. Louis City Museum.
Thanks, Ben. So after that, we headed over to the world-famous St. Louis Gateway Arch. This is a 630-foot tall stainless steel monument that was erected in the 1940s to signify westward expansion in the United States. This is near where Lewis and Clark's expedition began, right here on the west side of the Mississippi River. So the park was officially designated in 2018 thanks to the designation signed by President Trump. So it is now an official national park. You can also walk in, go down below the arch, and take this little tour of a history of St. Louis, history of the arch, the building of the arch, the designation, what it means. And it's a very nice museum. It doesn't take a whole lot of time to get through, but definitely worth the stop, because we are on a quest to go to as many national parks, monuments as possible. So when it was time for dinner, I was very excited to go to one of my favorite places. This is Ballpark Village here near Busch Stadium. And as a sports fan, you know, being from Tampa and having all of our stadiums sort of spread out with nothing like this, I first came to St. Louis about 6 or 7 years ago and saw Ballpark Village and the complex that it sits on, and I got really, really jealous. I think that every good sports city needs something like this. I've been to Philadelphia since then, and I think theirs is even better. And there might be some out there that I haven't been to that are better than that. But this one is this is pretty good. So right across the street from this complex is Busch Stadium. So here are the retired numbers of the players that the Cardinals have put into their Ring of Honor. You see Tony La Russa there, Stan Musial. Just a nice little wall across the ticket office of all of their retired player jersey numbers. There's even one, I believe, for Jack Buck. There's Jackie Robinson, who's obviously retired by every team in baseball. And then August Busch there on the end, so that one was pretty cool. This is what it looks like from the outside. So you see that there's Cardinals Nation Restaurant, which is actually where we had dinner on this night. The top of Cardinals Nation is actually rooftop viewing for Busch Stadium. So you can see Clark Street right here, running in the middle of the stadium and the complex, but because there's an opening right here, so you can see. I'm gonna walk right up to the gate of the stadium and just kind of put my phone in and pan around. So from across the street and on the roof of that restaurant, you can sit there and have a meal while you watch the game. I mean, that's the actual diamond the Cardinals play on right there. So lucky for us, they were in Chicago playing the Cubs on this night, so we were able to get really close. And I just kind of put my hand through the bars of the gate and filmed around. So across the street, here we are walking into the complex. This is actually referred to as FanDuel Sports Live. So it's been through several name changes. As you know, before FanDuel it was Bally Sports Live, and then Fox Sports Live before that. So you walk in and you've got a large seating area where you can go and grab food from just about any of the different restaurants and bars that are within the complex. And then you can come out and grab a table here, and you'll see this really big screen on the wall. The U.S. national team was playing a game tonight, so that's what was on there. There's not a whole lot of people there on this night, but that's pretty much what it is. So it's a complex that has all these kinds of restaurants and sports bars, and right across the street from Busch Stadium, and it is also within walking distance to the Enterprise Center where the St. Louis Blues play. So one of my favorite spots when I'm in St. Louis. So we headed out from our hotel this morning, which was actually in Belleville, Illinois, on the east side of the Mississippi from St. Louis, and had to stop in Metropolis again just to show Megan and Abigail they'd never been here. So we just walked around Superman Square, went into the gift shop, and just killed a little bit of time because we weren't in any type of hurry today. It was hot as hell in Metropolis. I don't know what the exact temperature was, but I felt absolutely miserable. Could not wait to get back in the truck, get into the AC, and keep on going. So we ended up jumping back on Interstate 24. Here we are crossing the Ohio River into Kentucky, and didn't do anything in Kentucky and just kept driving through until we reached Tennessee. So we go into Tennessee a little bit outside of Nashville, and we met up with Bella and Sean for a late lunch here in Murfreesboro, where we used to live. Bella's here visiting for a couple more days. We went to Champy's, one of my favorite restaurants in Murfreesboro, going back to when I lived here. So we'll be home tomorrow. This is all I got for you for today. Sorry there was no video yesterday, and I combined everything into this one video for the last 2 days, but we're all excited to get home, and we're going to crash, and we'll see you tomorrow.